We're live. We are live. It is the solar eclipse weekend. The weekend we have all been waiting for, you guys, especially the cardinals. Well, I say that because I have two big juicy cardinal squares in my personal natal chart. Life has been dynamic, and here we are. We're here for it, right? So, my I'm cat sitting, beautiful black cat, and he's going a bit wild this morning. He woke me up. He just tries to gently paw me, but there was a few nails this morning. It's not normally that like wakey wakey human, fed me. And then he went out, and then he quite shortly came back in because it's trickling with the rains outside, and I can hear him like running around, and I kind of check on him if he's running around because I do not particularly like finding carcasses of creatures. I'd prefer not finding death, so kind of checking that he's not catching an innocent thing, like whatever. Anyway, happy solar eclipse, everybody. We're gonna do some live readings. I'll channel the collective energies for you guys. If you're new here, I'm MJ. I'm the founder of All to Love. There's merchandise, there's a series of online courses. I published a book. The book is called The Fearless Life Guide, and it's basically my own intuitively guided, because I didn't know, I wasn't like conscious of the expression shadow work, nor had I heard even of the expression being triggered. I thought it was a freaking genius. But I talk about trigger wave storm and then clearing the karmic backlog. And when you hold space for yourself in the shadow, karmic backlog, you can transform your life. It's a diligent process. It requires obviously some discipline to just even be able to sit with our emotions and not be highly, highly reactive. It's the kind of pointing fingers and blaming and attacking other people for how we feel versus holding space for the emotional body to heal and transform, essentially. You'll just naturally become more authentic and probably feel better, possibilities of healing ailments. And although I must also say, like, I definitely, compared to like a normal human, I rest a lot more, and um I at this stage, eating lots of whole food, and the amount of rest is, I would say, really pretty radical compared to the average like working paradigm, as far as like even doing an 8-hour shift or something. It's been years for me where it ebbs and flows energy levels, but um yeah, listening to the body and really honoring it is actually pretty radical compared to the systematic imprint, i.e., the generational trauma, the patriarchy, the enslavement system, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, right? Anywho, it's really fantastic to be here. I'm trying to think if there's anything to upsell. So the Patreon community get ad-free first access, except for these rare occasions, especially like special celestial events where I'll have the inspiration and feel guided to go live. I for years will just like chat intuitively about a kind of spiritual perspective on what's going on in the world. I started reading tarot and have been reading tarot for my clients professionally since 2019. And I'm a longtime yoga meditation teacher. I have clients all over the world, and I teach yoga meditation. At this point, it's very intuitive because every single body is different and people's needs fluctuate, ebb and flow. So it's like a channel, and I work with people in different parts of the world online. And yeah, yoga career, 20 plus years, and then working on this intuitively guided online brand since about 2012, 2013. So it's great to be here. Again, my patrons, my top tier patrons, I put, I guess, kind of in alignment with the patrons, there's now channel member perks. And so channel members, if you don't want to sign up to Patreon, you can sign up to the memberships and get extended readings. Also get ad-free early access. I'll have to double check on that actually, because it's like another thing I played around with yesterday. I would say to make sure you're getting the live links when I go live, as in I'll go live once or twice a week for my Patreon community, talking about different astrological transits, offering collective exclusive readings for the Patreons. So if you want to check out the Patreon community, feel free. There's, information in the description. And that's where you can see the merchandise. So here we are, a very El Pontante. This is the closing Aries Libra axis solar eclipse. Let's get a card pull for this collective. We also have a heck of a lot of Piscean energy happening. And right away, when I look at these cards, I'm thinking, ooh, this is a sense of deception. This is a sense of being trapped, possibly, for some of you. Some of you might be having little to no communication from a Queen of Coins, or there could be something going on in your working life. The Seven of Swords is making me think of being exhausted, okay? And this could be being exhausted by our own lies, being exhausted by just the lies around us, the lies in general. But there's something here about entrapment. There's something here about feeling closed off in our own little bubble, like not being able to break free from our own delusions, okay? I would say with this eclipse energy, that's part of the shift. Okay. And this, I mean, for some of you, this is connected to a Queen of Coins in the reverse, somebody that abuses their power. Do what you like with the genders, but there's no communication, and it might just be that you're extraordinarily exhausted by this no contact. It looks like you have enough resources here, okay? So it looks like you've got the resources you need to support yourself through this exhaustion. And that's a lot to do. So Neptune, in a matter of days, is going into Aries. So when we've got big outer planets making an ingress and going into a new sign, we tend to feel that quite potently. It's like when a planet is stationing, to go back, to move forward, whatever. That stationing energy, just through my own observation in tracking transits, they're more heightened. We really start to feel that kind of shift of energy, right? So this is like that absolute mental and physical exhaustion, kind of reverbing to what I was saying before about like listening to your body. Longtime yoga teacher, right? It's like it's breaking down the systematic imprint of like being productive, work, uh, just seeing the world as a separate thing, thinking that you're just a meat suit slave, like whatever. And again, we all have to work this out in our own time, in our own conscious awareness. Like it's not necessarily obvious and straightforward, right? But there's some kind of maybe divine download, or because can you see this character in this specific deck? To me, this guy almost looks like he's like, well, you could interpret it in different ways, I suppose, but he's got a few Swords on the wall. He's got a few swords on his back. He's carrying a few swords under his arm or shoulder or armpit even. And you could say he's either looking back, but at first glance to me, this almost looked like he's like taking a break. Like there's some sort of exhaustion. He's just like, oh my God, maybe I can just take a little rest here. And I mean, to a certain degree, you could say deception is exhausting. Masking is exhausting. Not being sure of ourselves, not being sure of like what did that person say and who was that? What up that way? Right? Carrying all these thoughts and right? So there's some sort of like mental exhaustion or like having to look over our shoulder. Because in the Eight of Swords as well, she's trapped. And in this card specifically, it's like she's got to go in a certain direction. Like she can't really go back because all the swords are there. Right? If she falls back, she'll possibly die. Not not to freak out. And there's a sense even of being in being encroached. Like being in this bubble, all those swords are there. Shit, if I move the bubble could burst. Right? And I've got to keep moving forward. I've got to keep crawling. I've got to keep moving forward to avoid falling back into these swords. So there is a little bit of anticipatory or like almost anxious energy here. But there again, what's happening is a little bit of polarity, a little bit of extremism, a little bit of tension, a little bit of contrast to actually enliven and awaken, because we have the tree of life central. I hear that moving on up song coming in, and the energy's here. So also, for whatever reason, Seven of Swords into Eight of Swords, 7, 8 progression. There's that energy as well. We might be tired. Oh, that was it. Like, have you heard that expression? Take a rest, don't give up. 7, 8, 9, 10. We're done. And then we renew, and then we rebirth, right? Tree of life. Hi, Carmel. How are you, my friend? Yeah, it's a happy Friday morning. My birthday is next weekend, so I was making a I was having fun making a little, like, you know, postery thing just on my phone to send to a few people. A couple of my friends, and my mom's coming down to visit. So we're getting quite a nice little Airbnb. So I figure, oh, have a little lunch nibbles. Basically said comfort drinks and food and good karma. Right. Or I was going to put spiritual seance, but I felt like I was putting pressure on myself because I don't actually want to offer. I can sprinkle some good karma into people for celebrating my birthday. What's Kurt Mill saying? Got a lot of homework as I finish up my semester next month. Just finished eating. What up? You know, Kurt, straight up legit. Respect the plant-based vibratories. And I must say the one thing next Saturday, my lover, April 5th. But thank you. I will take that. Plant-based pizza. The one thing that I do occasionally miss is like a proper cheesy pizza. I haven't broken that. Like I don't, on the cruelty level of things, I'm not a fan of the dairy. But like the mozzarella cheese pull, and there's something about the smell and like how cheese crisps up that I've not quite found with the plant-based swapsies. And I would say actually some of the best plant-based pizzas I've had haven't had oh, the cheese in the crust, right? I used to eat those too back in the Dizzy. Like we're going back probably, oh my God, 15 years. I used to buy frozen cheese full, back when I used to still drink alcohol, hangover days, man. Cheese crust, cheese filled crust. Boom, so delish. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I'm sure it's evening for some of you guys. But yeah, cheese is the one thing that the plant-based diet hasn't quite mastered yet. And again, I was saying the some of the best pizzas, actually the it's probably up there, but the best vegan pizzas I've had don't do cheese. As in, they just make amazing sauces and flavor combos. I'm thinking of when I was in Italy, and but somebody took me to a pizzeria, and they had agreed. See, he knows. It's now my birthday. It's my birthday next Saturday, but I was just taking myself on a little side tangent, expressing what I was doing before going live. And we're still live, and we're still doing a little reading. Basically, big awakenings here on the solar eclipse, 9 of coins. So being and or feeling supported on a resource level. This is coming through, right? So we're again, but that energy of the 7 of swords, 8 of swords, like I was saying before, take a rest, don't give up. I don't know why, but that landed for me a while back. You know, just take a rest, don't give up. And I felt that it's been a sleepy week. Okay, let's start pretty early anyway. Whoa! I take a rest, don't give up. Like, I have felt that so much over the years. You know, don't give up. Just have a bit of a break. I've taken a break from Instagram and Facebook this week, possibly for a little while. And it just helps to focus the energy and kind of, in a sense, be more efficient. So I'm only doing like what I want to do. And I think with the Neptune ingress and all of these planets in Pisces, I do think there's a lot of dreaminess and sleepiness and kind of like, and to be fair, I'm quite thankful to be able to sleep and dream and have that bit of time. Sometimes we're not afforded it, right? So yeah, it's kind of holla shazam. So 7, 8 of swords. Another message coming through for that 8 of swords is like, not again in a grounded way, because tree life is there, tree life download. But for some of us, there could be some bubbles bursting. I get more of a sense of that being on like a collective level, like information coming out, things happening where just more and more people are like, what is happening? Boo, House of Cards falling, big psychological breakthroughs, big spiritual awakenings, right? What's the King of Wands saying over there? This is, I'm hearing something about a power up, okay? But the power up could appear initially as like some losses or redirection. There's the Knight of Coins. There's something steady. There's something progressive. There's something about practicality and putting the work in. But the Knight of Coins is reversed with that King of Wands on top. And I'm getting a sense of being redirected. You know, like having to take a detour, but the detour then offers insight on the path. Not just, gee whizzicles, I have to take a detour. How frustrating. There's a reason for it. I've just got this sense of like, wow, life, we're living it. It's pretty cool, you know? Oh, wonder. You know, that's this whole thing of like gratitude. A lot of the energy in Pisces. If all is lost, or again, take a break, have a rest, have a nap. But also, if it's available to you, be grateful. Take a breath. Be like, wow, my body can breathe, you know? Oh, have a rest. Have an apple. Enjoy the simplicity. And that's something I sometimes observe or witness, is like people's inability to just slow down enough to even be present for that. We're rushing around, having to go here, having to go there, and it's like, these little sacred moments of presence, just to bask in it, right? To me is part of what really lights us up as humans, and um, often gives us enough spaciousness to shift. I'll get a couple more card pulls for that. Um, Again, there's a Queen of Coins, Eight of Wands reversed. These two energies are reversed. Something's going on. For some of you, it's just like a no contact situation, but also possibly before, I'm sure it was something about like losing a job, or like you know, going for an interview, it doesn't go great, but I would dare say it might have been an interview with somebody who wasn't in their integrity, like a Queen of Coins, where you're just like, actually, I don't think that's quite right. So we cut communication. The situation warrants strength. Okay, it could be another interpretation of that United Coins, King of Wands energy as well, where we're being redirected. Oop. We're being redirected, so keep the faith. Know your strength. Know your power. Here we are. There's a Two of Wands. I really love the Two of Wands energy because it means we're creating, we're generating opportunity for ourselves. So even if we think all is lost, even if we're being redirected, even if we feel trapped, we feel exhausted, take a break, calm down, enjoy, have a moment. Know that you're worthy. Know that you have the strength. Know that there can often be valuable insight that comes through redirection. Why? Because on the horizon here, we are creating opportunity. Because in the traditional Rider-Waite, the Two of Wands, the character has the earth or a globe in his or her hand, right? And I love that expression of the world is in the palm. The world is in the palm of your hand. You know, legit. The world is in the palm of your hand. What are you gonna do? Where are you gonna go? And there is this release point. There is this empowerment. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11, 12, 8 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. That's it, Millie. Did you just not say at one point, let's start the party early? I just had a little party in my consciousness there. You wanna talk, ba-ba-ba-doo-ba-doo. That makes me think of getting a little party playlist together. That world card's coming through a lot lately, as in private readings and readings. Establishing stronger foundations. So in today's reading, there's this Nine of Coins and Nine of Cups. There is some good luck coming in. It's probably going to come through possibly being a bit crunchy. By that, the different words come in, right, as we ebb and flow through life. Crunchy is that what I feel it within. Crunchy. Crunchy vibratories, uncomfortable, a bit like not flowing trines and like waterways just flowing. I'm just trusting the flow of life. Crunchy. Oh, what do I do? Oh, there's a knot. Oh, there's fucking obstacle. Oh, there's a diversion. I gotta go around. I've got to go the other way. I'm gonna run late. Right? Like, but here, Seven of Swords again. Take a break. Don't give up. Because there's a sense of luck. Nine of Cups. The Tree of Life. Benevolent. Divine growth. As in, we might feel trapped. We might think we're trapped. We might feel exhausted. We might just pass out and fall asleep for 6 hours. It's just, what the hell happened? But actually, there's a divine reward. There's a divine kickback coming in, which is where we're being asked to just have the faith. Trust in the detour. Trust in this thing taking a little more time than we anticipated. Trust that the foundations are being rooted like properly, okay? because they are. The world, again, often when I see the female image in this world card, there's a, oh my God, I've never noticed that. Let's look a little bit, let's look a little bit closer. Earth, animal, birds for flight. And this is almost like the water queen. And she's got her wands. So yeah, there's something here about embodying all of the elements for full completion into rebirth. And as she comes through, there is something ethereal. There's something kind of, we're not consciously in control the way we might think sometimes. And she's simply being reborn. She's simply coming into that new world with the nymphs and the fairies and the animals and the animal kingdom and the earth and the water and again, that fire spell. Something just came in then about like spells and fire. So I don't know, this is coming through around working with fire to conjure spells. Okay, if that resonates for you. Oh, by the way, you remember that. Take what resonates. Leave the rest. Yeah, you can't force good luck, right? It's more about having balance. Knowing you're being reborn, knowing that you're going to fly, knowing that you're going to do this, that, and the other. I'm today tired, take a break. Tomorrow I'm going to feel better. Ten of Wands, also the Four of Cups. That with that deck, it always makes me think of like sneaky and or that repressing our emotions doesn't help us or anybody else. So sometimes we really want to be able to lift the lid. We want to be able to let go, and that can be having a good old cry. That can be reaching out to somebody and say, hey, are you there? Can we have a chat? Like, I need some support right now. I saw a post recently from somebody that spoke about that interesting thing of like, I'm not a fighter, I'm a lover, not a fighter. And how she was like, well, hold the phone, hold on. If you're a lover, you're a fighter. As in, you're a warrior, you're a spirit warrior. Why? Because we're usually going to be willing to fight for what we love, to show up for what we love, to stand up for what we love, right? For standing up for justice, my lovers, right? And versus when we're not, if we're not willing to stand up for what we care about, we're not willing to stand up for justice, we're a coward, right? So being a lover is usually also being a fighter. And that's, I kind of agree with that. We fight for what we love. We stand in conflict until that conflict is resolved for things, for places, for people that we love. I think the other word in that old sense would be like being an oppressor, being an abuser. I'm a lover, not an abuser. I'm a lover, not an oppressor. I don't want to oppress or enslave people. I want people to be free. Would I be willing to maybe fight for some of those causes? Absolutely. That's part to me of emotional alchemy and even shadow work. Sitting in our shadow is like sitting in the crunch supreme. Battling with ourselves to alchemize and rise again, right? Dying to that shame, dying to that injustice, dying to that self-hatred, to become who we are and to have the freedom to express that in truth. Those energies coming up a lot as well, like the ocean and the cave. There's a little bit of retreat happening. There's a little bit of like self-care needing to happen. Yeah, reflectivity, right? That's the message I get from the mirror. It's just reflectivity. The other angle in regards to self-care can be like mirror work. There's two horses in these images also, and that's giving me the sense of again, Two of Wands, creating opportunity. Opportunity meaning, ooh, I could go that way or that way. Be adaptable, Neptune, Pisces energy. As things fall away, is the sort of energetic shift in within us and around us. You suddenly go this way, but then you might want to go that way. It's okay. As in, right? Like some opportunities close down, other opportunities come up. There's downloads coming in. We might feel trapped. It doesn't mean we are, right? We can always take a break. There's foundations being laid. It just is. We have been balancing. We have been up leveling our hearts and souls just to feel better and more worthy. There's a more grounded practicality happening here from these higher realms, a spirit, right? Stealth. Like I'm seeing the cougar. I'm just going to intuit that one. It's just the stealth. Yeah, and then I look down, that's the card unfolding. I'm like, this is again part of this idea of manifestation and living more in the kind of quantum emotional spiritual realms, is that, and it's only taken me 4 to 3 years, but letting life happen versus the old paradigm of like, I'm going to make this life happen. It's like, oh God, that's really hard work because it's already happening. It's almost like traumatizing. It's like compounding trauma. Being in the flow of life, allowing life to express through you, allowing life to show you that you are life, right? Life is unfolding, whether we're making that unfolding happen. And this is part of like, it's all been created, so it's already done. We don't need to keep working. If anything, we probably like, maybe I'm wrong, but like the whole world, if the whole entire world just took a break, like just sat down for a minute, just turned the lights off, turned the machines off, we'd be okay. Totally. If anything, it'd probably be good for us in the world and the planet and the cosmos. I'm not talking about being locked down. I'm talking about taking conscious rest from the rat race, as it were. Like taking a step back, just a moment to reflect. Take it in. We're alive. We're here. Life is unfolding. We as the humans on this planet don't have to make the planet turn around and go around the sun. It's like, it's happening, right? It's divine. Why don't we just sit back and enjoy that divinity? Just ideas flowing through the landscape of my own mind. Because the world card is here. The source. You are the source, you are the way, and you are the breakthrough. Energy. Wowzers. Wowzers, my lovers. I've pulled from all the decks. So I'm going to wrap it up. Be adaptable. Be adaptable. Take a break. As in take a chill rather than giving up. There are foundations being laid. You have been balancing your energy. There are, for this solar eclipse, likely to be some divine downloads. Allow it. And respond to those downloads. Good luck, good fortune, right? 9 of Cups. Good luck, good fortune. Through the stable foundation, which is probably just even in a more simple sense, feeling more stable, like feeling more grounded, feeling more stable, Two of Wands. There are opportunities opening up, okay? Knowing you're the source, and like all the Pisces energy right now is, to me, very much like a death process as well. If we're feeling really sleepy and tired, let yourself sleep, because your mind and psyche is probably, maybe, gonna have some dreams. Some dreams that are almost like past life review, or like an energy of reviewing lots of things from the past to be laid down, so that you can step into the new, free and clear, right? Be mindful of redirections and how we respond to those redirections. So rather than thinking like, oh God, redirection, be like, ooh, interesting, curiosities. What might I have found this way? You know, the redirection is our opportunities rather than failures or hindrances. There again, it's all about perception, right? There's this new world, but a lot of people might be feeling absolutely exhausted. There are awakenings, but right before the awakening, we might be feeling absolutely trapped or ensnared with old thoughts or old traumas. So take a break rather than give up. There is good luck coming in the tree of life. There's growth. All right, my lovers, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks, everybody. So good to see you all. Millie, Kurt, Jim, great to have you guys on the live today. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Happy solar eclipse in that way. Happy solar eclipse, everybody. Look after yourselves. Chill. Lay low. Eat some good food. And I'll see you guys when I see you, possibly for the next lunation live share. Okay, take care. Peace out.